Hello everybody, I'm GL1. Welcome to my online toy museum, and I've been waiting to do this show for about a year. Sometimes it's just there's so many exciting things happening with toys, and there's certain themes I want to cover, and other things get put off. But this is some stuff I wanted to talk about, which is the like 3.5 inch scale DC figures. And before I open this, because as you can see, this is a first edition, and it's very special, I suppose, and it's a collector's edition, and you can see all the little people that are in there. This came out in 2022, so I got it already like on clearance, so it probably was like a year old. So anyway, that's that. But I know that the first thing I got was this big old spaceship, because, well, it's not really for space, but because it too was on clearance, and this is from the Black Adam movie. And what can I say about it? It's super simplistic and should be really inexpensive. This is like a 1970s toy. It's just that old kind of, like, it doesn't have a lot, but hey, it looks like what you saw. Here you go, kids. And this is, let's see, 2021. So that's been sitting around a while waiting for you all to see on my show. And I've got little fellas inside. But what I like about it is it's very smooth. It's just a really smooth kind of plastic. It feels good. You almost want to bite it. All right, so it opens up, and look who's inside. All right, a bunch of little 3.5, 4-inch figures. I think they're 4-inch. All right, so here is Black Adam. All right, so the Black Adam figure, he's got, the elbows, he's got the shoulders, knees that swivel, the hips, and the male figures for this scale don't break as easily as the female. When they make the female, the joints get very delicate. I had a Batgirl, and the knee broke, like, with hardly any prompting. All right, so our Black Adam figure, played by The Rock. So here's another Rock action figure. And you know what? I need to go get something to show you to compare. So, all right, so we have, look, he's got the lightning through there. So it came with lightning and nice cloth, little cape there, But the problem with capes, now this cape probably would come off pretty easily if he was in a fight. But you don't want your cape, getting yanked around by your cape. But it does kind of look cool. But it doesn't keep you warm or anything. Okay, so I wanted to go get Jumanji Rock and compare him. So here's Jumanji Rock. So not the same scale at all. And let's see, the articulation on Jumanji Rock and the hips, different joint, but same articulation. But anyway, just wanted to show you that real quick. All right. Then we have Aquaman. And look, he's got like an aqua knife, and he's got his trident. So you can grip onto that. It's got a little bit of knurled surface. And so, yeah, he's got neat. Ooh, they're really tight. See, this is the problem. They're small. Now, this is a situation where better to put this in boiling water first before I force that joint. Once it probably starts moving, it'll be able to move pretty easily. But you can see the plastic is quite thin, and it could break easily. No torso joint, doesn't twist. Head barely turns because of the hair, but other than that, he's all right. And it, looks like him, right? So you know what, real quick, before we go further, let's compare it to a Star Wars figure. So can they play together? Count Dooku, can you play with Aquaman? I think so. Yeah, they're the same height about. You could have Aquaman, beat the stuffing out of Count Dooku. Sure. And let's see about The Rock. Now, The Rock. Yeah, that works too. All right. So 3.75-inch figures or something like that. Great. You can play with them with Star Wars. How would the DC universe do interacting with Star Wars? All right. And here she is. Cyclones. So she comes with her little cyclones. And cool figure. Right. And you see, though, what I was talking about? I mean, look at the daintiness of the plastic. with the knees, and they break easily. So that's what happened. That's what can happen. So be careful with that. And all right, and then we have Dr. Fate. All right, so played by Pierce Brosnan, who never had muscles like this. I mean, I used to make fun of Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, that he wouldn't even be able to lift the gun. But here's Dr. Fate, and it looks like the paint job on his helmet's not very good. But he's got a cape too, and some, I don't know, like kind of magic stuff going on. And then this guy's cool, right? Although in the movie, they played him to be kind of a jerk. And this is Hawkman. What else are you going to call him? I mean, he's got, a Hawk helmet. This guy needs, I don't know, maybe some boiling for that head. Just feels a little too tight. All right. But you can bend the knees. All right. So Hawkman, what's so cool about Hawkman is, check it out. You put these in there. He's got his big old wings. Gotta have big wings to move around. Maybe he has hollow bones like a bird or a dinosaur, so he can oxygenate better, and he doesn't weigh as much. And all right. Although it'd be easier to, unless they're super strong, take him out. Have to break his bones. All right, so there he is, Hawkman with his axe. So pretty cool. And Count Dooku, just, they could fight together. All right, so there you go. That's the ship. And as you can see, there's like no effort to do anything interesting with the interior of that. All right, so speaking of Aquaman, here's his friend, Mara. And as you can see, I did not take her out of the package because in all my shopping adventures, I only saw this once. And it was at a Walmart, and they only had one there. And so I'm like, you know what? That looks like something I probably should get. But you can see that she has the she has the leg articulation, not just the hips, but also the leg. Looks like that's going to spin. And if we look at Cyclone, she doesn't have that, since she's bigger than Cyclone too. So, I guess she's taller maybe in real life. But anyway, there's that. All right, so Blue Beetle clearance time. So there's the Blue Beetle. All right, so we'll open that up. But, what are you going to do with it? I mean, basically it's just going to get thrown inside that spaceship because, it's just the Blue Beetle. All right, that's the Blue Beetle. And, of course, we have to have the Flash. And, this is a blue special or a green special. This was probably $1. So let's open that up. So nobody liked the Flash movie. Poor Flash. And I'll open him up there and see about his lightning and how that fits. I like the Flash movie. And so did Mrs. GL1. We liked it a lot, so maybe there's something wrong with us. Okay, so I could see, these are tight though. Been sitting in that package a while. There we go. All right, so he's the Flash. Oh, yeah, see, look, you can, there's a little bit of articulation. Again, this is a figure, it's probably just good to boil all these little tiny ones. They look like they could break easily. So how is this going to go in his hand? It's like supposed to clip on somehow. Clip on something. Oh, maybe it clips on his ankles. Like he's running so fast. That kind of makes sense, right? So he's like, dun 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 dun. This is the music for the $6 Million Man. All right, so there you go. All right, that's Flash. All right, and Carapax. There he is in the small figure. No knees, but he's got the hip articulation. I guess they figured, he's bigger, it's more plastic, so guess what? You don't get knees. So, all right, let's compare him to Black Adam, because he's big. Oh, look at that. That's a lot bigger. So, yeah, kind of cool. All right. And now I'm going to compare these before I open up the special edition box. I got some other figures. I got a Batman here. So this is a 3.5. I know I have other Batman figures laying around, but look. All right, so the knee joint, look, they got this joint down here, so the leg splits right over above the knee through the medialis and cutting the quad tendons and everything. Not good. But look, it's the different type of hips. So if you look, let's see, we got, okay, so this hip is on a ball joint, and this hip is not. It is like these dual swiveler. See that? This is like the DC figures, the larger ones. So they just gave the same thing. And yeah, look, the torso twist. And let's see, the elbows. I think those are different. Yeah, okay. So you see how you can see the peg here, or the pin, how it goes together. So you can't see that. I don't think you see that on Black Adam either. No. So different. This is a shaft that just sticks up in there. This is sort of the peg design. So it's a different design. This looks better, right? But all right. And nice way they put the cape on. Head's quite a bit skinny. Looks like he has microcephalia. But we know that can't be true because Batman's like super smart. And all right, we're going to compare him. These are old. These are old figures. They're probably 20 years old or something. So this is what, Power Girl and Supergirl. And so they're not the same kind of figures. You can see the articulation is minimal in some, well, it's not minimal. They do have knees. They don't have elbows, and the shoulders don't go out to the side. They can swivel their waists, though, and the hips don't move out, but you can see that knee. It's kind of, it's the peg design and the plastic. You know what I can do? Again, boiling water and kind of take this off maybe. Pull that pin out, take it off, squeeze the plastic together, and then you put it on. So you squeeze it while it's warm, and then put it under cold water, and then it'll tighten it up and push it back on. And then push that, maybe I can push that pin out, like with something kind of a little pointy, push the pin out through, and re-go with that leg. So these, I don't know if they would make dolls like this right now. You know, I mean, some they do, but these are quite different than the side view of what you might get with dolls today. But they are the same scale. So, you know, a lot of times DC figures in the past were more voluptuous. Here is a Wonder Woman that is not really the same scale, although she's, you know, an Amazon, so no, she's just way too big. So that's like a 5-inch scale or 4.5-inch scale. But that's a pretty cool figure. You know, this is, oh gosh, so simplistic, right? You get no lateral articulation or elbows. You do get some knees, and it's a pretty figure, you know, and it's got the, you know, shiny cape and everything. So that's cool. And then, all right, we got a Robin. So this figure is, you know, it's like the height of Batman, like the scale, but the head's totally different. So let's see, would it fit? You know, it actually, well, he's a little small, but then again, if he were short compared to, you know, Amazon women, then that might be all right. Let's see, compared to the Flash. All right, so no, not really the same scale. Head's too big. All right, and now here is Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn is, I think, going to be an okay scale. Let's see, put her next to Aquaman. I don't know. I don't think she's like 6'5", but it's almost the same scale. The head is, you could play with them together, but she's a bit big. I mean, let's see, next to Supergirl, like way too big next to Supergirl. And then next to, yeah, it's just not quite the right scale, but it's okay. All right, and let's go back to Dark Bomber from Fortnite. So I have several of these, and I've not featured them on any shows yet. But they're really cool figures. You have the double knees. You have elbow articulation. Not double, but you do. And you come with accessories and guns. And it looks cool. The head moves all around. You have a torso joint. So, pretty cool figure. So they could make these. Let's see. They could do it because it is almost the same scale. It's a little bit big, right? But I don't know. I think she's tall. I think it's both heads a little bit big, but it's very very close scale, so you could play with it together. And all right, and last, KO from Thunderbirds. All right, so this helmet actually comes off, so that's pretty neat. So look at that. You can take that off, and you have pretty good articulation. Let's see. You do not have lateral hips. So you got a lot of swingy knees. So let's see. Let's see her next to Cyclone. Not quite right, but let's see. All right, she's all right with Fortnite and Black Adam. That's our standard. So a little too big. Just a little. The head. It's the head's a little too big. Got to have the right scale for the figure. Okay. And you know what? There's these guys to play with, and I just wanted to. Now that scale is the Jumanji scale. So if you can see, all right, her next to the Amazon, too small. All right, too big. And let's see, next to Fortnite, that could work. And next to Black Adam, no, too big. So, right, so not quite the scale. All right, let's get to our special edition right now. All right, so we're going to open up the DC Ultimate Flash figure set. So here we go. So look at that. Everything individually wrapped. It's almost as cool as like the LOL dolls, sort of that, have fun unwrapping it. All right, so here is the new Supergirl. So it's all right. She looks okay. But you know what? I'm going to have to go get the Barbie Supergirl, and we can compare them. So here's the Barbie Supergirl, okay? And you can compare the face here and the accuracy. Well, I think that, when you get down to like a 3.5 inch or a 4-inch doll or a figure, sometimes some of the accuracy goes away, but sometimes I think they just don't try hard enough. I think the Barbie one is a lot more attractive of a figure, just better made and better sculpted in the face, more accurate, and the body as well. All right, but anyway, all right, we're just, comparing apples with different kinds of apples. All right, let's see what's next here. Pull this out. Dun, 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 dun. And yes, it is the Flash. So here's the Flash, and is this different than the other Flash? Okay, so this is the new Flash. No. Although, check this out. The eyes are going two different directions. Isn't that something? So it's like, he's like, are you the Flash? Are you the Flash? They're kind of looking away from each other. And it seems like the plastic on this one's just a little bit brighter. So, but other than that, they're the same figure. All right, let's see who else we got here. And, Batman. All right. And this is Michael Keaton Batman, which is great. So we have a new 3.5 inch Michael Keaton Batman. Really cool. Okay, yeah. Great. Michael Keaton never was that muscular, but that's okay. The bat suit has the muscles for him. Maybe it's sort of, biomechanical or something. Okay, so a friend of mine was walking by and saw this, and this is the Christian Bale Batman. All right, but They wanted to see what this car does. And if you haven't seen this on my show before, arguably one of the coolest toys ever made. All right, so here is Christian Bale Batman. You hold it here and pull it, and then check that out. Then you have Christian Bale Batman inside the car. How did it happen? It's so magical. So his Lamborghini turns into a really awesome Batmobile. How does this happen? Push it back together. Oh my gosh, there is Christian Bale. And you can look at all these parts that go underneath. Want to see that again? It's so magical. Okay, so there you go. How did it happen? You can fire missiles too. They're spring-loaded. So anyway, super cool. I'm not going to tell you. It's magic. No, you can see. There's Christian Bale back in there. It just slides back like that. Cool, cool, cool toy, right? All right, so got through that. All right, Batman. And then who's next? Who's in here? Who's all wrapped up? Waiting for nearly 3 years to come out of the package. And oh my gosh, it's Dark Flash. So, all right, so which one's the real Flash? This is the Flash, I think, where he made his own suit from the past. So, it's a different suit. So, yeah, he just kind of like cut stuff up and made his own suit in the Flash movie. So, he went back and if you haven't seen it, there's a future and past Flash. Let me just put it that way. Okay, so what's in here? Well, we know this is the bad guy, and it's General Zod. So here we go, General Zod. So there we go. And let's compare him to Supergirl, because, they probably won't get along. If you notice, Supergirl doesn't have shoes. But I put shoes on Barbie Supergirl. So I had some, I think these are WWE 12-inch doll shoes, so they fit. And, all right, accessory package. Exclusive accessory package. Let's see how exclusive this is. All right, so what do we got here? We got a bunch of stuff. All right, well, so this is, this is something you swing at somebody. It's like you pick up a sort of yank up a signpost out of the ground. There's cement on the end of it, which is what that would look like. So that's something, I can't remember who did that, but, maybe Supergirl did that. And here's like a modern weapon, so that's going to go to Zod. And then here's another, so that's, like a bat arrow shooter thing, to climb up buildings or whatever, so Batman. And then, oh man, look at that. What's that? I'm feeling weak because I'm so strong normally. But this is Kryptonite. And what else we got here? Oh, ooh, look at that. We got X-ray vision. Maybe that's why her head's so weird looking. How does that look? Let's see. Okay. She actually looks better like that. All right. And, we got a little batarang. All right. You can see how these are easy to lose. And here we go. We have the ankle flashing. Oh, for both Flashes. That's why. So both Flashes are, running around, causing all kinds of a ruckus. And, they bring the ruckus. And they got to be causing lightning. They're going so fast. So we'll just put that back in there and have these guys out. And that's it. All right. So there you go. Everything you wanted to know about DC 4-inch figures. All right. So run out and find them. But no, if you find them, they're on clearance like everywhere if you're going to find them. So I don't know. They're pretty cool though. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.